People, it's Nate Jackson. This is another episode of one of the hottest podcasts in the country, OpinioNated. See how I did that with the nated in there? If you look around at my digs, take a look. Look around at where I'm at. I'm at All Things Comedy, where I'm happy to be considered a family member. We're here, it's going down, and it's a beautiful studio. If you don't think the lighting at my home studio back at the office is going to get a level up, you can't show me stuff like this. You just can't. I can't come in and look up and see how it's done in here and then go back to my studio and have it lit however it's lit. Like this is, now we're up in the big leagues. That's it. So that's happening. It's going down. We just got to figure out how to evenly light all them goddamn Legos that decorate the studio. Outside of that, you might as well just consider this a wrap. But I'm in LA, okay? I'm in Los Angeles, California. It has been a whirlwind. And you're just going to get, this is going to be a bunch of updates. It's going to be a whirlwind of things that I have done recently that are all things comedy. You know, so one, the Super Funny World Tour, we did it. We did it, Joe. That thing is done. We did however many cities. It was a shitload of cities. We did them, and then the next leg of the tour is called the Big Dog Tour, which I'm sure you guys have seen promo for, and there will be more coming out. We shot a really dope promo for it based off a spoof of Bill and Ted's Excellent Adventures, and that comes out very soon. I think all the 3D rendering is almost done. All the green screen work is almost done. Did you hear what I said? 3D rendering? Green screen? Who's doing all that shit on tour announcements? This isn't even really the announcement. This is just me just trying to have, get something exciting, say, hey, welcome to the show, and it plays before showtime. It plays in the audience, in the place of during the Super Funny World Tour where the Back to the Future spoof played with the DeLorean. It's going to be dope. Full costume. I flew Wendy, my favorite costume makeup designer. I flew her up to Seattle, Washington just to do my makeup for that sketch. So, you know what I'm saying? Your boy is invested in making the type of art that you can appreciate. And if you're a fan of me, you can take a link and send to somebody who doesn't know me or who's on the fence, and you should be able to win them over. You should be able to be like, Nate's fucking fire. Here's Exhibit A. And then you have something to show them. So that's what I'm looking forward to, dropping that sketch right there. Big Dog Tour, tickets sold out in several markets. Australia's already sold out in December. Things are going crazy in a good way, man. And then in between Super Funny World Tour and Big Dog Tour, I was hanging out at my club doing, I threw the festival for my birthday, and then took a couple of shows with Matt Rife. He called me a year ago, I want to say, and said, do you want to do Kansas City and St. Louis with me? And I was like, I think my tour either has a gap or I should be able to, so yeah, I'll do it. Sounds fun. And boy, was it fun. It was a ball, okay? We did Kansas City. That was dope. It was just dopeness. I mean, the 12,000 people, riveted to your every word. Like, and then I've performed in big venues. Like, my biggest show is Summer Jam in Washington State, where there was like 80,000 people present at the Gorge in George or whatever. It was so many people. It looked like somebody stepped on an ant pile. There were so many humans. And so I've gotten used to performing in big places, like YouTube Theater is big as shit, and good times. But it was just different in a sense that, like, those other shows that I did, those were for a multi lineup of talent. Like, those were for those were for maybe, like, there's 7 or 8 R&B artists or 7 or 8 rappers on a show, or the YouTube Theater was hosted by Deion Cole, starring Lavelle Crawford, also D. Ray Davis, also Ryan Davis, also, you know what I'm saying, also Gary. Like, it's so many different, people on the lineup altogether, it was myself, Finesse Mitchell, and Matt Rife. And Matt had 100% headline billing, completely sold out. My following has gotten to where if we leaned into doing like a micro tour, maybe say like, I don't know, somewhere between 7 and 15 dates, and promoted it like, oh, Two Guns or Salt and Pepper, push it. That would sell so many tickets. So many tickets. He already sells a fuck ton. But if you take his truck and back it up and drop off his fuck ton of ticket sales, and then back up my pickup truck and then jump in the truck bed and scrape all my ticket sales out, it's going to add to it. It ain't going to be like somebody just threw one leaf on a pile in the middle of fall. But the combination itself would be magical shows. The synergy would be there. It would be dope. And then, you know, there's people who are like, oh, I'm a Matt fan. And there's people that, oh, I'm a Nate fan. And there's people that I fuck with them both. So you put all of that together, I think it's a level up to go from 12,000, 15,000 seats to, you know, to get out of that arena or that stadium that is where they have high school basketball state games and where the singers come, but there's no professional team. Like, that's where we're at. To get out of the hockey stadiums, and that's no slight to any hockey stadium we're in, because when we went to St. Louis, we were where the Blues play hockey. Okay, the St. Louis Blues was an absolutely beautiful venue. We had another great show, another 12,000 plus people, and Nikki Glazer popped in. Tell you what I didn't know. I did not know, and I don't know if this is public information, but it's about to get said because this is my goddamn show. But I did not know Nikki Glazer is from and still lives in St. Louis. Like, I was just under the impression that, you know, you've been here, you host the Brady Roast, you host the Golden Globes. You think that, I don't know. I just thought she was here. I see, you know, I follow all, you know, I follow everything related to comedy on social media. So if, you know, you see who's regularly gigging at the store, or regularly gigging, I just thought that at the end of the weekend and when Nikki went home or whatever, that Nikki was an LA person. Nope. St. Louis, born, raised, same shit I'm doing, where I'm trying to stay near my parents up in the Pacific Northwest. She's trying to stay near her parents out in St. Louis. Fucking blew my mind, though. So, yeah, Matt hit her up, asked her if she'd be on the show in St. Louis, and I'd be down. She was available. It was a Sunday night, and that's a hell of a guest spot. That's a hell of a, yo, you guys didn't know that this is what was going to happen when you bought your ticket? That's a hell of an intro. And I hosted, you know, it was a celebrity guest host deal, or just a guest host, whatever you call it. And so I went up and did 10, then brought up Finesse, then did a little bit, then brought up Matt, or then brought up Nikki, then brought up Matt, and it was just boop, 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 boop. It was really cool. I'm so proud of Matt. Knowing how long I've known him being a little kid, and you know, in the back of rooms and side of rooms, having opened for me before. I reminded him, he was like, are you fuck, I did open for you, huh? Sure did. Back when I did a headline Stardome for the midweek for Bruce Ayers, and he had Matt as my feature. And then when I left for the weekend and Ralphie May came in to do the weekend, Matt stayed on to feature throughout the week. I went on to another comedy club. He was like, shut the fuck. And that had to be one of Ralphie May's, I don't know. It had to be close to like one of his last times. I'm sure that's the last time he performed in Alabama. But it had to be one of his, close to his last few times performing before he passed. But yeah, worked together. So, and then our connection from Wildin' Out, and then Matt saying, hey man, get on TikTok. You know, anyone could tell you to get on an app, and it's on you. Like, you're the one that has to get on the app and do it, and actually put the engine. You got to be the motor. You got to get up every day and do the damn thing. So, I want to give credit where it's due. Like, shout out to Matt for telling me, yo, TikTok is a viable platform. But, you know, it's just been a very interesting dynamic. You know what I'm saying? It's not like big bro, little bro. it's really like two brothers. Like, that's my guy. You know what I'm saying? So it was cool to just come in and pop in. Had I taken a gig somewhere or done something, another tour date, or like, I would have made exponentially more money. But this wasn't about the money. This was about linking with the homie, being able to like get a feel for how he's doing, check up on him. And he didn't ask me to, but I just felt like that's what I wanted. Let me come around and see how are things and stuff like that. He's doing well. Things are going good. Didn't need me to check on him. Shit. Need to check on me, goddammit. He's doing fine. But here's the thing. I get on the plane. They close the doors. And this is to go to Kansas City. Get on the plane. They close the doors. You got to wait a little bit. I think 10,000 feet before the Wi-Fi pops on. Wi-Fi pops on. And I get I sign into I was on Alaska. I signed to the Alaska app. Text messages coming in. Emails are coming in. Congratulations, you booked show XYZ. Okay. I booked another TV series and it's not fucking around. It is big. I'm talking, I'm looking at the characters, they pin people up on the wall. I'm looking at the characters and I'm standing in front of all the pinned headshots like, are you fucking kidding me? I can't say the project because I just don't think that that's where we're at, and I'm booked. I am who I am on the show, so it's not like, oh, you can jinx it or whatever, but I feel like if I had put millions of dollars into a show and then some of my actors start talking about it and leaking information and shit, I'd be like, man, you didn't spend no money. You got the audacity to be that excited to, so we'll leave it up to the trades to say when when they're going to announce that I'm in this thing. But you guys, this shit is serious. It's a major series. It just burnt up every weekday. Just shooting the first couple of episodes. Just shooting the first couple of episodes has completely burnt up 45 to 50 days of my being able to be at home, at my house, at Super Funny, at the physical office. So therein lies the rub. I try my best not to complain about things that I prayed for. So what you're not going to hear me do is be doing a bunch of complaining. But what you might hear is me expressing like just the pull that is on me as a person. Because I don't know if to find out that you don't get to go home for 45 days-ish while you are on a plane and having just packed for a 2 or 3 day trip. Like, I got 3 pairs of socks, 4 pairs of drawers, and a couple jerseys, and you're telling me I gotta live in LA for the foreseeable future and then leave and do my tour dates out of LA instead of out of Washington. Like, what? And we had to finesse and negotiate so that I could go home yesterday. And when I tell you I packed like I was robbing my own self just to get 2 big ass bags of luggage set up to come on down. So I might get an apartment in Los Angeles. I might be happening. I might have to get an apartment in Los Angeles, back in North Hollywood. Something simple, maybe somewhere I already stayed where I already know it was cool. I know the grocery stores. I know all of that. But, I got, for my own sanity, like I can't just live out of a hotel for 45 fucking days. Like that's ridiculous. I got to wash clothes. There's just amenities that you want that you just don't have access to at a hotel like that. Anyway, so yeah, today I have virtually only eaten apples. Like fucking Johnny Appleseed or I don't know, Adam and Eve. And it's made me want to get back on the raw fruit and vegetable diet that I was doing when I dropped the 38.5 pounds. And honestly, I'm not like, I can see me on camera. I know I've lost weight, but had I stayed on that, I would be, I don't know, a twig or something. Because I was losing weight so rapidly with so little effort, with so little concern, and what felt like so little sacrifice, that it was just so easy. Like, as a matter of fact, anybody who got weight on them, you trying to get rid of the weight, all you have to do is not eat. Just don't eat shit. Just eat fruits and vegetables for as many meals in a row that you can. And you weigh yourself every day. And when you get on the scale and that number continues to plummet, it makes it easier to say no to the bullshit when people offer you food. It makes it easier to drive past the bullshit when you see it, or, you know, when you see the golden arches or whatever it is. It's easier to keep going when you smell whatever the fuck Burger King be burning, that it smells like hot Whoppers outside all the time when you're near a Burger King. Like, it's a very distinctive smell. I've barbecued. I've been to barbecues. I've been around parks where there are barbecues in it. What the fuck? Is Burger King burning actual assembled Whoppers? It don't smell like just meat. It's not. It can't just be meat. It has to be meat, bread, mayonnaise. Like, I don't even know what lettuce smells like when it burns. Maybe that's what's in there too. But it's a distinctive smell that if you are eating whatever the fuck and you smell that shit, you be like, man, I'm finna eat. Man, I remember, shit, man, the Burger King by my high school, when we was coming up, when that goddamn rodeo cheeseburger came out, the whole football team would be up at that motherfucker talking about who can finish a rodeo cheeseburger first. Listen, I was always in the top 3, and I wasn't number 2 or 3. How's that for a rodeo? You want to know how you do it? You put the whole goddamn burger in your mouth, and then you make an air path above the burger in your face. So you put it in your mouth, and then you go, now you can chew and survive. I won hella bets like that. Also, started my journey to being a fat fuck. So if you are eating fruits and vegetables and seeing your weight plummet on the scale, every time you look down, it's like 4 pounds off, 5 pounds off, 6 pounds off, 2 pounds off, 3 pounds off, 1 pound off, 7 pounds off. You smell that shit in the air, you don't be thinking, I'm about to go see how fast I can eat a rodeo cheeseburger and beat the homies. Or you don't think like, man, let me get a Whopper, or let me get a this, or let me get, like, fuck all that. You be like, I've already had this, it's delicious, but I don't need to have that shit again. And then it helps you restrain yourself. So I had apples. And when I say I had apples, I mean, I stopped at the Alaska Lounge in SeaTac on my way here, and I grabbed 2 Honeycrisp apples and ate those on the plane, fell asleep, woke up when we landed to a flight attendant tapping my knee, being like, we're here, sir. And then when I just left, wardrobe, stunts, and the hair appointment for the series. Did you hear me? Wardrobe, stunts, and hair and makeup. Nigga, stunts. Stunts. Stunts, bitch. Stunts. You can't tell me this shit ain't the real deal. We doing stunts. Okay? Mark my words. This shit about to be crazy. Stunts on a TV show. Listen. God is good. God is good. But I think I'm back on my fruit and vegetable kick. I was going strong, and then I was like, well, for my I don't need these. I trust what's happening. When it looks this good, who the fuck am I to want to hear myself? Just a little narcissist and wants to hear my voice rattle in my own ears. I trust the engineer we just met. We touched our knuckles together. Boop, he's the homie now. He's literally my friend. He doesn't even know how close I think we are. Like, he's probably trying to keep it cool, thinking that out of 1 to 100, we're at around 30, 40. You know, I just met him, handshake, bet, whatever. No. Bro, we're besties. We play Call of Duty now. We go to Burger King. We see how fast we can eat rodeo cheeseburgers. He doesn't know the secret about. Anyway, so I'll say this, though. When you eat an apple, you got to be very mindful of your crunchness, your crunch amplification, you know, because Apple gonna give it to you, boy. Apple, every bite gonna, especially my favorite kind is a Honeycrisp. Every bite of a Honeycrisp sound like the first bite of a Honeycrisp. It don't get no soft. That last bite of a Honeycrisp is crispy and popping like that first bite. And I know I'm just talking about apples, but an apple a day keeps the doctor away is what they say, right? The reason I'm saying it is because I was crunching on an apple and I know what that could sound like to somebody, a passerby, to just be like, oh my God. Did you guys know my main pet peeve is mouth sounds? It has a name. It's called nobody raised you rightiosis or some shit. I don't know what the name of it is, but nobody raised you right. If you can't chew with your goddamn mouth shut, there was no adults around you. There was nobody to be like, close your fucking mouth. Why are you eating like a baby camel? Why? Also, here's my other pet peeve. People who make mouth sounds get told about their mouth sounds and then defend the mouth sounds. Just close your fucking mouth. Just close your mouth. It make it taste better. What makes it taste better? What the fuck are you talking about? Whatever you're eating and you sound like a goddamn marsupial and you're going to tell me that everyone around you is wincing every chew you make. Every chew you make. Every chew you take. And they go, hey man, the fuck? And you go, it make it taste better. Shut your bitch ass up. How? Where scientifically can you show me like, oh, more air going across your taste buds is resetting some shit and it actually makes it taste better? No, you don't have no home training. There was nobody there to be like, hey, you were raised better than that. Put your lips together and chew with your mouth shut. So now you're an adult and you're raised by wolves or fucking you're one of the little kids from Hook where you just imagine every meal because there's no parents and no discipline and you're chewing like a goddamn Mad Max character. Keep that shit from around me. I cannot stand it. I don't know what the name of it is. That's my biggest pet peeve. I have literally paid for dinner before the shit got to the table and left based on like how a girl was eating the bread on the table. Or chewing gum during a conversation. I'm like, I'm not gonna be able to handle this shit. I don't know what it's called when the silverware click your teeth. When the silverware clicks your teeth, third, because first is mouth sounds, 2 is acting like you can't correct your mouth sounds, and it's our fault because we can hear you. 3 is with the clicking of silverware in your mouth. I seen a guy, he was doing a taste test. This is the most racist shit ever. He did it to himself though. Asian guy. And the way I found it is because, I was talking about the lighting setup here, I was watching different lighting setups and stuff that are on YouTube and people that are giving the tutorials. There's this Asian guy, okay? And he's like, oh, I got my new home studio. This is in one video. I got my new home studio set up. I got my light like this. I got it all on this pole and it lights me up evenly. And this is how my camera's set up. And he's like, and I zoom in a little bit and this is how I do my videos. Like this one, bam, and it cuts over to whatever other content that he's making on his channel. And I was like, oh, that's cool. So I click his name, go over to his channel, and I find the first video. Asian dude, this motherfucker tasting four different pots of rice. What? What do you just got the number one stereotype up for your culture and you're exploiting it as a top 4 video? He blindfolds himself and he's like, let's just see if by taste I can tell you which one is which one. That one here from $800 rice. He don't sound like that. He doesn't sound like that. But don't blame me for him doing a goddamn rice contest with himself. What is that about? I know other Asians saw that and were like, what the fuck? Like, I remember when All Def Digital, which was a black content creation channel on YouTube, they did, can you name where this chicken is from? And I was like, what the fuck? You just got niggas in here eating chicken, and we got company. Anyone could click this link and see y'all sitting around talking about, that's your churches, the skin. You see the skin big than a motherfucker on this one. The skin don't even fit the chicken meat. It's like a skin blanket laid on top of the meat. Somebody else literally singing, love that chicken from Papa. I turned the whole goddamn computer off. Let me tell you something. I closed my desktop like it was a laptop. Just reached up and just slammed the whole goddamn monitor down on the table. We can't be doing no shit like that. So when I've seen the Asian guy eating the 4 different kinds of, and by the way, he was incredible. He got it right. It was an $800 rice cooker, a $200 rice cooker, a $50 rice cooker, and then the 4th one was just like made on a stovetop. And he was eating and describing or whatever and mixing up what order they were in. He got it 100% correct. And apparently I need an $800 rice cooker, so that I can put it inside my chicken skin from Churches. But the point of that is, when he was doing his rice tasting, I don't know what on fucking earth made him do this, but he took his microphone, like a lavalier microphone, and taped it to the goddamn fork, and then like wrapped it around the fork. So then when he's scooping it, like I get it, like it's like, you hear the rice, whatever, just imagine that wet, fresh rice, like that nice warm rice sound. You can hear that on the end of the spoon. But then this motherfucker bit down into that shit, and I'm talking about the spoon was like clickety clank clank, click clank clank clank. I clicked the comments to see if I was tripping. Let's say it's 5,000 comments. 4,992 are like, why would you put a microphone on that fork or that spoon and then clank it all around your goddamn mouth? That is my 3rd biggest pet peeve. 3rd. So when you eat apples and shit like that, or you go raw fruit, raw vegetables, know that you're going to have some home training. If you don't got home training, don't do this. Okay? It's called misophonia. Misophonia, that's the fear of mouth sounds. But here's the thing. Thank you for that. By the way, if you're mic'd up, you can most definitely contribute. But this is my thing. I'm not afraid of all mouth sounds. I mean, come on, ladies. You know what I'm saying? There's sometimes where you want some mouth sounds. What, 1, 2, 3 pet peeve, 4th pet peeve? I don't know where I'm at on pet peeves, or that this was even going to be a pet peeve episode. But here go one more. Anybody kissing loud than a motherfucker. I get it. Like, just get it off. But if you're gonna be trying to double and triple tap me, you don't need to be making all them goddamn noise. Fuck is we doing? It sound like goddamn rats slapboxing. Just you can kiss without making. You hear that? That's all we should hear. And even that could be. It feel the same. What do you think deaf people? You think deaf people that don't make their kisses better? They can't even hear them. All that goddamn. Like, come on, man. You make me want to just reach your, grab your motherfucking lip. Again, bitch. Just one more motherfucking time. I can't stand that. Give me whatever little sugar you gonna give me and keep it, stay in the pocket. You know what I'm saying? Anyway. Listen, the Roses collection, my clothing line, is built different. Literally, we're here for the big guys. Broad shoulders, full frames, and the ones who've been overlooked for far too long and by the fashion world, by stores. You go to the mall, you get rejected. That sucks. Not at the Roses collection. I got you. This line was made with size inclusivity at its core, offering dope, high quality, standout pieces in a full range of sizes. Because style doesn't stop at XL. Whether you're 2X, 3X, or 4X, we got you. Okay? Also, the ladies are wearing our brand, and that's dope. The Rose stands for growth, strength, and striving in your own skin. And this collection brings that same energy to every design. From premium streetwear to bold basics, we've created gear that fits right, feels right, and looks fire. The Roses collection is more than clothing. It's a statement. It's for the ones who walk heavy and leave a footprint. You got presents, and now you got the wardrobe to match. Go to rosescollection.com and get right, baby. Let's do this. Back to the show. The paper is out now. It's on NBC Peacock. The cat is out the bag. I had to be quiet about the paper for so long. It was torture. It was torture. Like, to know that I'm on the biggest comedy sitcom ever in multiple countries, languages. Like, they have a Japanese version of this shit that was a hit. To know I was on that and to not be able to say I'm on this, or I'm on this as this character, or look forward to seeing me on, like, I wasn't allowed to say shit. Thank God they dropped the entire season and made it bingeable rather than like doing it episodic where I'm like, yo, because when I tell you we did the viewing party, friends and family only, and I am in episode 1 for, I don't know, 12 seconds, which I greatly appreciate. I'm not trying to look the gift horse in the mouth. I understand that there's people who have been in LA and devoted their lives and careers to acting and are in the grind of it and haven't had a major production, or if they haven't had an opportunity to say any dialogue, or like the people that are extras and their dream is to just somebody come over and pull them out of line and be like, well, can you say da-da-da-da and da-da? Oh my God, I can't. Like, I'm not taking for granted that I got to say anything in season 1 of the paper. I'm not. But, or yes, and if the audience at a viewing is there to support you and they don't understand how thankful I am to even have a breath of a word in this production and to understand like how awesome that the show is, then that's how you get somebody like my mom that after that first frame, and I was at the end of episode 1, then I'm not in episode 2, I'm not in episode 3, and I'm not in episode 4. But the story is moving along. It's a wonderful show. It's fantastic. And so I'm just happy to be a part of it. Happy to be able to build relationships and rapport with the other actors who are, you know, that's a star-studded cast, and then also the showrunners and all. Like, just thankful to be there. My mom talking about, baby, are you in this? When are you gonna be back on the screen? I'm like, Mama, this was a screening for the paper. This wasn't a screening for my scenes in the paper. If that was the case, again, the whole season is right here. We could have just started at episode 5, but then you wouldn't have any reference for what's going on. You wouldn't have seen how this has anything to do with The Office or how this is related to anything and brings it more up to date and modern after 15 years when we haven't had The Office no more. So, what do? Do I skip forward to my scene selfishly, or do I be honest and I just play that shit from the beginning? I mean, I guess both are honest, but I'm saying, do I be true to what was written, or do I be selfish? And I don't know if I chose the right thing, but we had fun. Fuck it. We ate popcorn and drank Office-inspired drinks and hung out, watched it. People asked me some questions, not like on stage or nothing, but just, you know, just literally walking up and asking me questions, and had a great time. But when I tell you it was torturous, because like I want you guys to see it. There's not a lot of decorated actors in the Pacific Northwest, really ever. Like, you can name them on less than, you can name them on your fingers, like everybody who has major credits somewhere. And so I want everybody to know. I want you to be proud. I want you to be proud of your region. I want you to be proud of shit. Be proud of me. Be proud of all this hard work. And I couldn't say shit. You know. So it was a relief to be able to show, be like, bam, there I am. Boom, you see what I'm doing. Now it's out. We can talk about it. Ain't no spoiler alert. You see me, I'm a janitor in the basement. You see it. And then the blessing that comes from that is you don't know, like, whatever relationships were built or fostered or nurtured or what talent was showcased or what malleability was showcased, or availability. Like, you don't know the perfect storm that takes me from having contracted the one episode, maybe two, the one episode, and then that turn into 6 episodes, a character arch like the one that mine had, and then before they dropped the whole season on Peacock, the 2 nights before, they announced season 2. I don't know if I said that right. Before season 1 aired, 2 nights before it aired, season 2 got greenlit. I never even heard of no shit like that. So, if you're listening closely, you can hear where I'm saying, hey, I'm already on tour. Then I find out I don't get to go home for 45 days. There's more show to be shot of this where I still don't get to go home. And then season 2 of the paper eventually has to get going too. If there is a world in which this first thing rolls into the second thing, rolls into the first thing, and more and on and bigger and on and bigger and more and more. And then the weekends are the big dog tour. So it's like, well, when do your boy get to come home? I know right now, September 30th, I will be at Sacramento State University for the funeral, the memorial service of Martin Boston. But outside of that, I've had to blow up dates. The crowd work joint that was for October 1st is now going to be on October 8th. 2 shows on October 8th. We have Slink Johnson, a.k.a. Black Jesus from Comedy Central's Black Jesus. He will be on Halloween weekend, but on the Thursday night he'll headline, and on Friday and Saturday and potentially Sunday he'll be the celebrity guest host for a different headliner that it's a surprise announcement that I can't make yet, but it's a surprise announcement. It's going to be big. So I can't even do the crowd work joint on the 1st. I can't do the Halloween weekend that was going to be me. That was originally going to be me. I can't do. So it's a blessing. And like I said, I don't want to complain about things that I prayed for. I'm just sharing the landscape. But there is a world in which I don't see when I get to come back to the state of Washington. And even if I do, I for sure don't see a 3 or 4 day run where I can, because we're shooting every day, or it's safest to travel and get back to the city that you shoot in the day before the shoot. That way you're not arriving the same day, and anything can happen. A plane could be late, or they can't get, like today, the flight coming up to LA. I was about to get aboard the plane, and they're like, oh, hold on, we have a maintenance issue. They're saying they can't open one of the blinds. So all the windows on the plane, they can't get one of the blinds open. And now we can't even leave the jet bridge area on the plane because they worried about a window not being able to open and close. If that happened and I knew, like, okay, I'm leaving on the 6 a.m. flight, I get in at 9:30 or whatever, and I got to be to set by 11. That to me, that doesn't feel like something I can bet on confidently. So you got to be down the day before the shoot. So with that being said, it's less and less time in Washington, which is crazy because this is not a prepared move or whatever. Like, I might even just sign it for. If I'm not even moving, but I'm saying I should get a place down here. Clayton and Tangerine have offered me to stay with them starting next week, and then I already have the hotel set for this week to do it. But I think I need my own space. You want to be able to just do stuff. You want to be able to do stuff. Want to be able to do stuff without it affecting the lives of your friends. You know what I'm saying? I want to come home after a long day and just walk in, however big I want to walk in. I want to go, and I don't want to have to like wait or get dig a key up from under something or wait for somebody to come open the door for me and all that. I'm not a little kid. I want to be able to come and go as I please. I want to be able to sit in my house and smack my food and eat like a baby camel and give people or asphyxiation or whatever that said on the screen for the definition. That's what I want to do. I want to be the one that eats. Now somebody got to hold me accountable for chewing. But that you could do that if you're at your own place. Misophonia. That's what I want. I want to be the one that I'm casting the fear. I want to be at my house naked. I'm sitting on the couch chewing shit, chewing fruits and vegetables, and then I hear that the neighbor bumping from the floor under me. Hey, keep it down up there. Off of my chews. That's what I want. The very next thing I want to do is I want to let you guys know about some shows that I have coming up, okay? Now, I'm not sure what order this is going to come in. Based on everything I just told you about booking the new show, booking the other show that got a season 2 of it, booking the world tour, like what is going on? Thank you, Jesus. But I'm going to tell you these dates. I'll tell you right now. Some of this stuff it has no choice but to be moved around and reorganized to make this work. I can only be in one place at a time. Okay. And all of this is to make you proud anyway. If you believe in me, if you've been watching me, you've been following my career, this is what we've been building this whole time, guys. And we're now there. We're knocking on the door to the type of things that last forever. The Netflix special doing crazy numbers. Okay. I'm talking record breaking. Okay. Then look at how good the paper's doing. Look at how good the crowd work joints are back. If you don't know that and you call yourself a Nate Jackson fan, we need to sit you down and we need to talk about life for a minute. The crowd work joints are back. And if I have my way, I'm going to do a crowd work joint in Los Angeles somewhere. Not sure which comedy club yet, but if you know or are affiliated with a comedy club, do not try to do no one a favor to be like, I just heard him saying on his podcast, you should reach out. I don't do that. I'll figure it out because I don't know my schedule. Okay. Friday, October 10th, Kansas City Music Hall. When I tell you that's one I'm looking forward to coming back to after having just done 12,000 on the guest spot side of the game or, guest celebrity host side of the game with Matt Rife. I would love to see what it'll look like when we combine the audience I already had that were Kansas City's almost sold out. And then this new audience that was like, wait, that guy's funny. I would love to see all that together in Kansas City, Missouri, at the Kansas City Music Hall on October 10th. Then we have Huntington, New York, which is basically New York, and we're at the Paramount. Okay, that is on October 16th. That's enough dates for now. There's way more, but I just don't want to sit here and rattle off a bunch of dates for the sake of your attention span and even my own. But go to NateJacksonComedy.com. Tap into NateJacksonComedy.com. Again, NateJacksonComedy.com, and click dates. You can click dates at the top above at the banner, or you can actually click the thing that's the drop down that says upcoming shows, and you can see my tour dates. And don't hesitate to buy them just because it might not be in the roast zone. Yes, there is a roast zone, but if you don't get the roast zone, it is what it is. You'll be all right. Come out, have a good time. Anybody can get it. All you got to do, if you don't want no smoke, is look away, and you know that. So with that said, I'm going to leave with love. The same way that we end my Twitches when I stream. By the way, I stream, and you can just go on Twitch. It's Nate Jackson. But we end it with a prayer, nice and simple, and it's not so specific, or it's not so specific that they're like it's not a cookie cutter thing where it's like we're saying it together or whatever. No, it's just literally whatever's on my mind. So I'll close it out that way, nice and smooth. So Father God, we come to you humbly, asking that those that can hear my voice that have listened to this have better days than they've had recently. Just make sure each day is better than the last. Give them travel graces. Let your opportunities shine. Let people in their sphere and their universe see the blessings that are possible. Act up, shine, bestow some blessings upon them in their life that make the people around them say, look what God can do, because God knows you're doing it for me. So I want you to cover these people, keep them blessed, touch them with the hands of angels, and make sure that their health and wellness is intact, and that they're safe as they maneuver these highways and byways. And that's going to be the prayer right there. They say 2 or more gathered, we say amen. 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 I don't know who your deity is. I don't know if your God is yourself, or if it's somebody with a lot of arms and hands, or if it's a pot in the corner of the room, or if it's a cloud, or if it's a mirror and you look yourself in the eyes and you pray. But I just hope that we were able to share that moment together, and you have a blessed day. You can catch Opinionated anywhere you catch a podcast. I love y'all. Look forward to seeing me more. Hey, it's going down.